And then Dick Cheney, Rumsfeld, they guided me to the table, and I was like one of the last guests arriving. And I looked around, and I couldn't find the table. I was like, okay, table, I think it was table number 9. And I was walking closer and closer. And I sat at the head table with President Bush, President Hu Jintao, Secretary Rice, and
at table number 9. They sat at table number 9.
Yeah, it was different.
It's like a date.
Yeah, it was like 1, 2. Yeah, and I just sat there. I was like, I did not know. I couldn't be more straight. Like in skating, you have to be very, proper. And I was like the whole time. And he couldn't. President Bush just like relax. I was like. At one point, during dessert, and I had a cup of tea, and I accidentally spilled it, and President Bush was like, "That happens all the time." I'm like, "Okay, good." Very unique experience.
Were you just by yourself? It was just you sitting up there with the cabinet and so on?
Yeah, they usually split guests. So even if you're with your friend, they split you up. So then people can start mingling and get to know like different people. So it's interesting.
So give us a little insight into the small talk that happened at that table. Can you share any little tidbits?
I could say somebody at the next table fell asleep during, I won't name who, but President Hu Jintao was up there speaking, and President Bush goes, "Do you see that, Michelle?" And I was like, yeah, he made me laugh, and I felt so like rude because I wasn't supposed, you're supposed to be quiet and listening and paying attention. But he made me laugh because I looked over, I was like, oh, somebody fell asleep. Oh my goodness.
And nothing happened. Did the person realize that he or she had fallen asleep?
Yeah, but it was just like, and then it was funny.
That's great. This is off the record, right?
Yeah, this is off the record.
So you're now a student at the University of Denver. What's that like? You haven't been in school for how many years?
For a long time. I mean, first when I went to UCLA at 19, I wanted the whole experience, live in the dorms, do everything, and compete at Worlds and Nationals. And it was overwhelming. I did about 1 year at UCLA, and I took a break about 3-4 years and just did on and off for a while. And it's very unique. It's a different experience because you train your mind as an athlete to focus physically what you have to do. You have to be strong-minded and just keep strong. At school, it's like I'm not used to being in the library for hours and hours and sitting, I'm used to moving around.
Why did you even want to go back to school?
My parents have always said, you can only skate for so many years. And this you'll always have. And I realized that from early on that I wanted to finish school. And I'm almost done, and I will continue getting my master's and continue developing because knowledge is a very important thing in life.
What are you studying?
International studies and political science.
So how many times a day do other students like whisper, "Oh my God, there's Michelle Kwan"? How many times does that happen?
Well, the University of Denver is a small school, and lots of friends there, and they're used to it. Like one day I'm like, I'm going to DC for this event, and just watch TV. And then they'll call me and they'll be like, "You were appointed what? What?
Is that you with
Rice?
Condoleezza Rice on the stage?"
Yeah, it's a little different because I have this kind of dual life that I try to juggle. Like when I'm at school, I try studying hard and be a good student. And then there's part of me that goes on, shows, and I'm on tour, and I'm the ice skater. And so it's a balance.
Is it challenging to maintain a normal life? I mean, I know you missed school this entire week. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Mom. A little vacation.
It is tough, but I think we kind of briefly spoke about it. It's like even what you do, it's like it's hard to like even remember what you're doing sometimes. It's like traveling for work. You travel everywhere. It's the same thing for me. It's like I'm a student and I have to really focus on schoolwork. And then when I'm training, I really have to focus on skating. And also make time for, relationships and like personal time. Because that's important. In life, everybody's juggling. Whether you have kids, a husband, and a job, just everything, you just have to constantly have that going, that balance.
Do you have time for relationships?
I'm pretty busy.
You know what they call Denver?
Yeah, you told me.
They call Denver Menver because there's so many single men.
I'm glad my dad's not here right now.
FYI, all you single women out there. What's next, Michelle? What should we expect from Michelle Kwan?
I guess continue working with the State Department as an envoy traveling. Probably be in school for another couple of years.
How often are you skating now?
On and off. I haven't competed, I haven't skated since 2006, August. And I missed it a lot. I miss performing, but I do it as much as I can.
Do you feel pressure to get back into the game in a serious way, and people must inquire constantly?
I don't feel pressure that I have to run onto the ice and compete or do a show. I've been lucky to have such a long skating career already, and my family and I opened an ice rink with East West Bank, and
little plug, Dominic.
And so I have it as like my backyard. It's like my playground, so it's always there. And I like to do other things. I'm a pretty ambitious person, and my dad's like, you.
Of course, you're Chinese. How could you not?
Yeah, it's like he always says, you always want to do everything, just one thing at a time. You could do everything, but one thing at a time. Like, okay. And I think even when I was in a candy store, he said that when I was 3, maybe one thing at a time, one candy at a time. You can have. That's how I see it. I mean, I've been very lucky that skating has given me a lot of opportunities, and you just have to keep your eyes, ears just open, because you never know what else you're going to fall in love with.
Well, on behalf of everyone here, thank you, Michelle, and we are so proud of you and your career and your candor, and we are so deeply proud to have you representing not only Asian Americans but America in the world. So thank you.
Thanks, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. That was so nice. Thank you.